Hello and welcome to Last Week in AWS. I'm Corey Quinn. I need to be transparent with you because this week's sponsor, Ratsissimo, the AI-powered singing rat trap, is entirely my fault. I built an AI-powered rat trap that sings opera when it catches a rat, put it on the internet, and now I'm sponsoring my own newsletter with it because the idea of paying myself to advertise a product that doesn't exist was too funny to pass up. The trap has no mute button. I held a meeting about this. The meeting got heated. The $799 ensemble tier includes 3 traps that harmonize across rooms during simultaneous catches, a feature nobody asked for that emerged during testing and we were frankly too impressed to remove. Why Exterminator backed us a demo day after the prototype sang Puccini in the auditorium and 3 partners wept. I don't know what it says about the state of venture capital in 2026, but I know what it says about the state of me. As an added bonus, turn your volume all the way up and listen to the arias on the site. They are deeply moving. Learn more at shitposting.ai. That's shitposting.ai. Now, what does AWS have for us this week? What an excellent question. AWS Certificate Manager now supports native certificate search. 2026 and ACM finally lets you search your certificates by domain. Previously, the workflow was apparently scroll and pray. The fact that finding a cert by domain name is a feature announcement tells you everything you need to know about how low the bar is for managed service consoles. S3 Lifecycle pauses actions on objects that are unable to replicate. It will refuse to delete objects that failed replication, which is genuinely good. Previously, a misconfigured permission could mean your data got expired before it got replicated, and you would discover this at the worst possible moment. The fact that this wasn't always the behavior is the scary part. Bedrock now offers Cloud Mythos Preview, Gated Research Preview. It is a model so powerful they won't actually let you use it. Gated Research Preview with an allow list where AWS contacts you. Basically a velvet rope for cybersecurity AI. Anthropic's pitch is find vulnerabilities before the bad guys do, which is reassuring, right up until you remember that the bad guys also have API keys. OpenSearch Serverless now supports Z-Standard codec for index compression, which saves 32% on storage by swapping compression codecs, which is useful, which makes me suspicious. The catch is you now get to spend a fun afternoon tuning compression levels 1 through 6, trading indexing speed for savings. OpenSearch Serverless, where serverless means the server's still there, it just builds differently, and you have to care about exactly how to tune it. Secrets Manager console now supports custom input for KMS keys. This console lets you paste in a KMS key ARN from another account instead of being limited to a dropdown. Yeah, the API could already do this, so congratulations AWS on spending however many engineering hours it took to add a text input field to a web form. This is one fewer arrow in the AWS console teams hate their customers quiver. Bedrock now supports cost allocation by IAM user and role, which is great except for the small problem that this works on that 8-hour eventual consistency model. So yeah, if you actually care about using this for troubleshooting, stick with using the Anthropic API directly. S3 starts rolling out new security best practice to new and existing buckets by default. Great, nothing says security best practice like waiting till 2026 to disable a feature that let anyone with an encryption key write mystery objects to your buckets. Bold of S3 to quietly fix this across 37 regions and frame it as innovation rather than long overdue hygiene. You're welcome, everyone's compliance team. Introducing AI-powered cost analysis in AWS Cost Explorer. They built an AI to help you understand your AWS bill. If that's not the most damning indictment of how incomprehensible AWS billing has become, I don't know what is. Powered by Amazon Q, of course, because why miss a chance to upsell one service while explaining the costs of another? Launching S3 Files, making S3 buckets accessible as file systems. 15 years of AWS trainers carefully explaining why object storage isn't a file system, and now S3 just is one. Under the hood, it's EFS wearing an S3 skin suit, which means you get to pay for both services while pretending it's one, but it's probably worth it. It is the circle of cloud life after all. I did a deep analysis on it. Check it out. The future of managing agents at scale. AWS Agent Registry now in preview. Register to track all of your AI agents because agent sprawl is the new serverless sprawl, which was the new microservice sprawl, which was the new cloud sprawl. The pattern is familiar. Build too many things, lose track, then pay AWS for a service to find them all again. Job security for everyone involved. And finally, understanding Amazon Bedrock model lifecycle, because nothing screams stable foundation for your AI applications like a lifecycle that ends with your API calls just failing. Bonus, during the extended access period, they might jack up your prices. So it's like a going out of business sale, but backwards. Plan your migrations accordingly or don't, because AWS will decide for you. And that's what happened last week in AWS. I'm Corey Quinn. Stick around.